Yeah,
don't remember what it
there
was.
was a post on Reddit I thought would be really cool to talk about. It was in the NFL subreddit, and it was like, let's say every NFL team had to put the equivalent of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pirate ship in their stadium. What would it be? And I was trying to think of what the Steelers would be. Like if the Steelers had to put like the equivalent of the Tampa Bay like pirate ship in their stadium, what would it be?
Do you want my answer or do you have one?
Somebody on Reddit replied and said it would just be this 40-foot giant drunk Yinzer. And like I cannot disagree.
That would be perfect. Just like a random dude off the streets. That would probably just go grab anybody. Go grab the last person to randomly be interviewed by the news. That's the guy that represents the Pittsburgh Steelers perfectly. That's your
Do you
drunk
remember
answer.
the video of that dude getting arrested and he's getting like put in the back of a cop car? He's like, "You
Yeah.
have anything to say?" He's like, "Yeah, I hope the Steelers win a
I hope the
Super Bowl."
Steelers win the Super Bowl.
I don't
That
know
was
that
great.
at all.
And then they did. Then they went out and won the Super Bowl. So shout out to that guy. What about see the guy who he's recent from last season, the dude from the couch who sits on the couch, yells at the TV the whole time, full Yinzer.
Pittsburgh dad.
No, not Pittsburgh Dad. This isn't fake. This is like real. I forget who it was. I don't know. A 40-foot tall steel worker would
Steely
definitely work.
McBeam.
A giant Steely McBeam would work, but that's like kind of basic. A bulldozer,
Bulldozer would be sick.
a blast furnace. See, this is more of the angle I was thinking. I was just like, if they had to put a giant pirate ship out there, just like go put a giant steel beam, just like a ginormous steel beam, lay it right across the top of the entire stadium. Put like it'll just like right in the middle, just black. Pickens while he was watching the draft.
Is that what you were talking about?
That's a great one. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I wish I could find it. I will find it for people. I'll post it on Twitter or I'll post it in the comments of this afterwards. I can't think of his name. He's just sitting on the couch and like every time he'd be like, "But you gotta catch them. Hey, they're not even running," but in a full Yinzer voice.
I think I know what video you're talking about. Now they say it's like it's somebody's like dad, right?
Yeah, his dad
Like
or his
grandpa
uncle
or something.
Yeah, he's just sitting on the chair the whole time for like the whole
Dude,
season.
Why are we not talking about Heinz Field potentially being renamed something else after this season?
It's not being renamed to anything else after this
You
season.
don't think so?
No way. Look it. I don't know much about the ketchup industry. I can tell you what I've heard. This is what I've heard. Let's address this first. With some work on it, old school Steely McBeam would be a good one. This honestly might be the best representation of what any of it could be. My baby mama's cousin, sister, nephew, Tracy told me about this stream. That should be what is on top of the Steelers. Screw them. It should just be those words. That's full Yinzer. That's as Yinzer as it gets.
What's up, Big Perm? Big Worm? Whatever.
All right. This is what I've heard. So we'll take it back. So the Heinz Field, the rights to Heinz Field were bought for something crazy. It was like $56 million at the time. I want to say it was more than that. Like it was ridiculous amounts of money. And I don't know much about the ketchup industry. I don't. But if I've learned anything growing up, it's that if your household has something other than Heinz, I'm judging you. And I'm not from Pittsburgh. Yeah, you live in northern Phoenix, Arizona. I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I didn't need to come to Pittsburgh to learn that Heinz ketchup was the only ketchup that I was buying at a grocery store. Okay. Mm-hmm. I came out the womb with that knowledge. I don't think anything's changed. I went to a restaurant the other day. They had Hunt's sitting at one table. One table. You don't know why? Because they had Hunt's and then they realized they messed up and then they bought the Heinz. So I don't, if it was $56 million, what was it, 20 years ago, 10 years ago or whatever? I don't really think they got to worry about not coming up with the $56 million again. On top of that, I have heard that Art Rooney has no expectations of changing the name, that he is 100% down to work with the Steelers or with Heinz to keep it Heinz. Maybe they just changed some things about like the sponsorships in there or something. I don't know. But I don't really feel as if Art Rooney is like taking a loss if he's like, oh man, sold it to him for $46 million instead of $56 million. Rats. Not going to make that money back in 10 seconds off jersey sales from our new quarterback. 3 quarterbacks. You can make that off of Mitchell Trubisky and Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett jersey sales this season alone because you have 2 quarterbacks now.
So what you're saying is I should throw away the alternate reality of Mason Rudolph leading the Steelers out of Hunt's Field.
Dude, could you, in some other universe somewhere, that's what's happening right now. That's what's like week 1. Because those things are real. At least in my head, those things are real. Week 1, as Mitchell Trubisky's name gets, and at quarterback, number 10, Mitchell Trubisky runs out the tunnel at the same time as those ketchup bottles are leaking down. Fireworks going off. In another reality somewhere, Mason Rudolph is running his butt onto the field as Hunt's ketchup is being squirted everywhere.
2-time NFL MVP Mason Rudolph.
Dude, the universe is crazy because that's happening. How bummed are you if you're Mason Rudolph and you got stuck in this one?
Dude.
You're bummed, man.
Change it.
You could have been running out of Hunt's Ketchup Stadium. Can't be Field. Hunt's Field? That's stupid. Hunt's Stadium. Hunt's Stadium's stupid too. Hunt's Arena? That's dumb. Hunt's doesn't work at all.
No.
Hunt's doesn't. What's the worst name you could come up for Heinz Field if it wasn't Heinz Field?
Huntsfield. I don't know. I do feel like
Hunt's.
Pittsburgh Paints Arena is kind of like
PPG
a mouthful
stupid
to say.
Yeah, it's so dumb. PPG works. Pittsburgh Paints Arena is terrible, but PPG works. I don't know. If you had to pick something that you believe the Pittsburgh Steelers would pick, that would be your last pick because they would never take Hunt's. The city would be burned out.
Are we trying to keep it like Pittsburgh related?
Yeah, something that would be realistic. Permanis Stadium.
Permanis Field.
Oh, yeah, that one's bad. That one's real bad. I don't even what else is Pittsburgh?
PNC Stadium.
Well, PNC Park's already a thing.
I know.
Dude, yeah,
like PNC Stadium.
Highmark Stadium, UPMC Field. Oh,
UPMC Field wouldn't be bad.
It would not be good. Heinz Field just rolls off the tongue so well. Always Heinz Field, home of the ketchup bottles. Beautiful.
With mustard seats. Yeah, it's perfect.
With mustard seats. Exactly. And for, the first 11 years of my life, I was pretty convinced that's because Heinz Ward was the greatest wide receiver of all time. And I was just like, well, that's awesome. I hope I'm good enough one day to name a stadium after me while I'm still playing. That didn't happen. But in another universe, it did, obviously. I don't know. Yeah, French's Stadium would be terrible. That would be
Eaton Park
Arena.
Eaton Park Arena.
That one's bad, man. That one's bad. Dijon Derby. Sean's going hard with the mustards here. All terrible. Three Rivers was fire, but you can't. There's no substance behind it.
I feel
obviously,
you can go back after.
You can't go back. You can't
demoing that stadium.
I have a seat from Three Rivers somewhere in my office, and that's worth nothing. I'd be so disappointed.
I have the
steel temple. I don't know.
Block of artificial turf from Three Rivers this big.
That's pretty sick. We'd have to get something from Heinz Field. They got rid of Heinz Field.
Oh,
that's
sure.
the other thing. You'd have to you'd have to remove so much. It can't be cheap to take those giant ketchup bottles down. Cannot be cheap. To
Dude,
redo
imagine
the whole thing.
How old the ketchup's going to be too. You can't even eat it.
Yeah, could you imagine? Could you imagine if they changed the name and Heinz was like, yeah, we're no longer doing business with you, and they only served Hunt's ketchup now at Heinz Field? It could be, dude, it would be a total game changer. Total game changer. They can't. It's a part of Pittsburgh. And I'm sure people said that about Three Rivers, but it's a part of Pittsburgh. There's no reason to tear it down right now. There's none. Don't get rid of it. I can't think of another worse name. I'm sure I will. Come up with something just really bad. Highmark Stadium is the Riverhounds. Not good. Doesn't ever make me feel real good. It's not good. It's not terrible. You could just go Rooney Stadium, but
classy, but
Yeah.
like you're trying to make money at the same time. So like you're going to sell the rights to something in that stadium or the field or whatever it might be.
Do you think that there's any chance they'd go, and we could stop talking about stadium names after this, but do you think there's any chance they'd go outside of Pittsburgh? Like how people do like FedEx Field?
Shut it down. Iron City Field right now.
Wow, that's
Stop
a
the
great
count.
one. That's
Iron
a
City
great
Field.
one. Minio's Pizza Park would be a great one too, actually. Dude, Iron City Field would be really good, actually. That would actually be really good. I would really enjoy that one. There's no way I see Iron City Beer has enough funding to pay for that. There's zero chance.
Probably,
But that being said, Coors Field was a thing. Oh, gross. Gross. Yinglings are disgusting. Iron City's at least you could slam them and feel like a true Yinzer. You know, like if somebody offers me an IC Light, I'm like, yes, I'll have an IC Light. I mean, there's an IC can right here. Right. I can't get my right there.
You can't. Somewhere on the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it way back there, actually. That would be a good one. I'd feel good drinking IC Lights. Yeah, like what are they gonna be like? Here's a Yuengling bottle. Like, yeah, you want me to dump this in the drain or something? What do you want me to do?
And worst of all, too, like imagine the Yuenglings being sold in the stadium. It'd be like $40 for a beer.
Dude, $40 for a beer on a warm Sunday. Oh, so that thing's just sitting in your stomach while you're screaming, trying to. Dude, so many people would be vomiting. It would be puke everywhere. That would be disgusting. Yuenglings, they shouldn't be allowed anywhere. They're not even beer, in my opinion. They're like the sludge that comes up from the sewer when you have a backed up drain. They're not beer. They're so gross, man. And I like beer, but ugh. Dude, you drink one, it's like you ate a double cheeseburger. That's just too much for me. IC Light, chilling. I'm all about that. I'm all about that life. All right. I think we're had enough of
the beer talk.
Yeah, if anybody else has good ones, toss them in the comments. We really appreciate it. We'll bring them back up next episode to make sure everybody's got their gets the good ones. I'm all about that. Maybe we'll gonna do a little giveaway.
Yeah?
Yeah, all right. Give me 2 seconds.
For sure. I don't know where this is going. I really don't. I'm curious.
What do we got here? All right. Our boys at Manscapes always hook us up.
Mm-hmm.
Always hook us up. So what do we want to give away? We want to give away a Lawnmower 4.0? Or do we...
Dude, I've legit had 2 people ask me for a Lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah? Or do we want to give away the Ultra Smooth package?
We can do both.
Yeah, but we got to come up with another... This is a good one, like right now, like to name the best name.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. Contest winner.
Let's give away a Lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's give away a Lawnmower 4.0. All right, here's the rules. Lawnmower 4.0, fresh out the bag from good old Manscaped. This is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. My Pillow Park.
Dude, that might win right now.
That's a good one. All right. So drop your name if you've already dropped a name in here and you think that's your best shot here. Good. We're not going to limit anybody on names. Do your thing. Best name. We'll go through them over the weekend. We'll come back on Tuesday. We'll pick the best name. And that winner, the person who comes up with the best name for what Heinz Field would be replaced with if it had to be replaced, wins a Lawnmower 4.0.
All right, define best. Are we going like true best or like funniest?
The best. That's good. That's good. I'd say like a little bit of both. Like the one that's like it's got to be the one that's like, I don't know, like My Pillow Park is hilarious.
Yeah.
Obviously. You know, but there's been some like really like Eaton Park Arena. It definitely like that one stood out. That was a good one. You know, well, I don't really have like a grading system here. I just we'll know the best when we have the best. You know, if you got a funny one and a really good one, toss them both out there, man. Like we're all about that life. We're not limiting anybody. All right, that sounds like a good one. Yeah. Best name. You got till Tuesday. You want a fresh lawnmower 4.0 that's been sitting in the office for, I don't know, probably a month now, so it's nice and dusty for you. I'm sure Manscaped would like that one. All right. We appreciate you. Toss your names down there. Everybody you tossed it already out there. If you have more, Gecko Stadium was a good one to finish off with. That's a good one, man. All right. If you got more, toss them in there. These ones will all be saved, I believe. And we'll have a winner for you on Tuesday.